Time for another live Q&A all about eBay and Amazon dropshipping. I'm your host, Paul J. Lipsky. This is my time to sit down with you guys, answer any questions you had this week about eBay, about Amazon, about dropshipping. So if you're here with me live, ask your question in the live chat. I will put your question up on the screen and answer it the best that I can. Or if you're watching this on replay, that's cool too. I will just take a screenshot of any question that you ask under this video and put it up on the screen just like this and answer the question during my next live Q&A. So normally I start out with some eBay news, nothing really going on right now. That's nothing new at least. So I kind of wanted to just jump right into the questions. So first up, big shout out to David, who recently posted in the Dropshipping Titans group that's just for members of the eBay course. He's killing it on eBay right now, so I wanted to give him a big shout out. And speaking of which, I had a question about that from Chris. Chris asked me, hey, when I start taking your course, will I have access to your dropshipping questions and get a reply within a reasonable time frame, or am I on my own once I take your course? So Chris, as I just explained, we have a private Facebook group just for members of the course. So once you join, you'll have access to that. You can ask your questions in there and we'll get them answered for you really quickly. And I prefer that way so that everyone can see the question and everyone can learn from your from the answer that is given. Either I'll give it, or actually a lot of students give them as well. So that course, if you want to check it out, is linked up below. But let's see who's here in the chat. We have Mike here. What's up, Mike? We have Lazy Abram back here. Yo, yo. How's it going? Bobby, thanks for being here. Good day, good day. Wow, where are you? I'm just in a car right now, doing this from the road. Looks like a camper. Yeah. Let's see what else. Okay, so let's jump into another question, and then we'll see who's here in the live chat again. Okay, so Ghost says, "Hey Paul, I just sold something, but as I'm entering the shipping information, it asks for a phone number, but the buyer didn't have one. What do I put? My number?" So first of all, guys, if you're watching this live, let me know if you can see and hear me well. Obviously, this is not my normal setup, so I want to make sure it's all working well. As for your question, yeah, you can put in your own phone number. Now, usually, I would want to put in my buyer's phone number into the shipping field because if there's any problems with delivery, I want the carrier to call the customer, not me. So that's primarily when they use that phone number. Yes, so if they don't have the phone number, if it's not provided to you, then you can use your own. That's fine. Let's see. Tina's here. What's up, Tina? What advice can you give for beginners? Just ask any questions here. I'll answer them for you. I also have some free trainings underneath this video. That's a good place to start. In the description under this video, there's links to some free trainings. Check those out. Those are good places to start as well. What's up, Vanessa? Says Vanessa from New Jersey, kind of close to where I used to live in New York. Let's see. Thought you were in the Death Star. Yeah, I wish. Well, not really. I'd be blown to smithereens if I was in the Death Star, but yeah, you know what I mean. Are you profitable on Amazon or on eBay? On both. On both. Amazon definitely has higher sales, just a lot more sellers on there. eBay is just always just kind of a staple that's easy to work with. So it's a really great one to start out with. Let's see, where is Becky? I don't know where Becky is. Hey, David from Jensen Beach, Florida. Okay, so let's jump into another question. So Tam wants to know, what's a better cashback website, Be Frugal or Giving Assistant? Now, if you don't know what a cashback website is, this is the way it works. You go into these websites. Examples are Be Frugal and GivingAssistant.com. And from there, you click a button, and that takes you over to another website, like HomeDepot.com or like Walmart.com. And you shop on that website like normal. But because you went through Be Frugal or Giving Assistant, you then get cash back. So let's say it's 2% cash back. If you shop on Home Depot and spend $100, Be Frugal will then give you $2 back for going through their link. Which one do I like better? They're both fine. One reason I've been liking Be Frugal a little bit more is because they pay you out in gift cards. And I don't know, it's kind of fun to get gift cards instead of cash because it kind of feels like you can justify buying yourself something nice and something fun instead of using that money for something more responsible. So it's however you really prefer it. You could also get cash with Be Frugal, though. That's also an option. Okay. Johnny says, looking forward to the next meetup. Me too. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. All right. Scott has a good question. Do you give your virtual assistants access to your eBay account? I have some of them that have access to my eBay account. So I use a software called AutoDS. And with AutoDS, I can list items to eBay, and it also reprices items, and you don't have to log into eBay to make that happen. So my virtual assistants have access to that. I do have two virtual assistants rather, that actually have access to my actual eBay account. But I've built up trust with those virtual assistants. I've worked with them for a while. I know them, I trust them, so it's taken a while to give them access to that. Now, eBay has promised us for years that they would include on their platform a way to give limited access to our eBay account to our employees. eBay has started to roll this out. I'm blanking on what they called it, but it's not very good right now. It's not very comprehensive. And it's just not very useful at this point. It's kind of a really weak attempt by them to make that happen. When you're selling on Amazon, absolutely. You can give your virtual assistants access to only limited parts of your Amazon account, and it's very easy to do that. eBay is way behind the ball in this. They've been promising it, and it's just not looking good what they've done so far. But they've made the first steps. Hopefully they'll come out with more so that it's easier for us to actually do it what it's supposed to do, which is give limited access to our eBay account. Let's see. Do I follow eBay's growth recommendations on the Seller Hub? No, I don't. So on the Seller Hub, eBay will give you recommendations on how you can improve your listings. They give different suggestions. I always ignore them. I don't actually find them that helpful. Okay. All right. So let's go to another question from this week. And that is, hey, Paul, can you answer these 3 questions? 1, does my PayPal account need to be verified? Yes, it does. So that's part of the process of setting up a PayPal account. 2, how do I send invoices? How do I make sure my customer doesn't know it's from a source? All right, so when you're drop shipping from different suppliers, they may or may not include an invoice in the box. A lot of them do, and a lot of them do not. And a lot of the ones that do don't even include a price in there. With websites like Amazon, if you're drop shipping from Amazon, you can choose to ship with a gift receipt, which won't have the price on it. But a lot of websites don't have that option. So it just is what it is. I don't stress out about it. Customers don't care when they get their items in different boxes. I've shipped to tens of thousands of customers, and very few of them have cared. So this is not something that I would stress out about if I was you. You had a third question, and that was, does PayPal hold my payment? Meaning I have to order the product out of pocket. They do in the beginning. So when you first start selling on eBay, PayPal, and it's your first eBay account, you're going to be in something called PayPal jail. That's what it's called. And with PayPal jail, PayPal is going to hold your money until you upload a tracking number, and the tracking number shows the item has been delivered. Once you show it's been delivered, the money will be released to you. So that's the period, and that's about 3 months they do that. After 3 months, then every time you get a payment, you get instant access to that payment. Let's see. Do I change my business policies the week before Christmas? Good question, Scott. So why Scott is asking this? Well, around Christmas time, obviously sales are crazy online. You can make a lot of money because people are just buying a ton of items. One of the drawbacks, though, is that people who procrastinate their Christmas shopping get kind of crazy towards the middle of December. So if you're not shipping, if the items aren't shipping out in time, or the customer is not getting the item when they expect it, even if they expect it faster than it's reasonable for them to receive it, or that you promised in your listing, customers just go crazy. You see all sorts of customers saying, like, they'll email you 2 days later saying, "Where's my item?" You say, "Well, I have a 3-day handling time and a 5-day shipping time, so your item's not here yet," kind of thing. So most of the year, that's not a problem, but during Christmas, it is. So there's different solutions, different ways to deal with this. Some people turn off their stores during Christmas. They say, it's just not worth it. I don't think that's a good idea because you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Other people say, I'm only going to turn off my store starting a week or a week and a half before Christmas so that no one buys my item thinking it's going to come before Christmas. Other people will send out a message right away saying, "Hey, you just ordered this. I want to let you know this is not going to come in time for Christmas. I have a 3-day handling time, 5-day shipping time. It's not going to come in time for Christmas. If you don't want it, now's your last chance to cancel it." I used to do that. I'm not going to do that anymore because PayPal is now not refunding us our fees if we cancel an order. So you lose money out on that. So I'm still kind of trying to think about what I'm going to do this year because I used the message technique in the past. I don't want to turn off my store, but I think what I'll do maybe 2 weeks before Christmas is increase my handling times even longer. And when you increase your handling time by a certain amount, I think it's 5 days. I'm not certain of that. There's actually a little message that pops up, or that's on your listing that says, this is going to be an item that's going to take longer for you to receive it, so that customers really get notified that, hey, this is not going to come in time for Christmas. So I think that might be the best solution considering this new PayPal policy. But hey, if you have a better idea, let me know in the chat or let me know in the comments. I haven't had a chance to think about this. That's a good question, Scott, because normally I send those messages and it's just not going to work this year. So that's my solution for now. I might change it depending on what you guys suggest. Let's see. All right, so Raymond says, "What's up, Paul? Would it be better to have an Amazon FBA history on your account before starting dropshipping on Amazon?" It does help a little bit. So what Raymond is saying is, hey, should I sell a bunch of items through Amazon FBA? That way my account looks good, it looks healthy. If there's any problems with my account, it's all through FBA. So Amazon handles all of that. And then I have a nice healthy account, and then I can start drop shipping and building up volume. Is something like that a good idea? Yeah, it's a good idea. I've never done it. I've always just jumped right into creating accounts on Amazon that do drop shipping and haven't had any problems. But if you want to be extra careful, that's certainly something that you can do. And you don't have to do like private label FBA where you buy a bunch of items from China and put your own label on them and make your own brand. You can just sell stuff you have around the house, send it into FBA, and just try to get rid of it fast by lowering the prices maybe just to get those sales going. Let's see. How can I get winning products? Check out my free courses down below. I show the product research you can do. Okay. Bobby says, I have to run. I have a VA interview in 5 minutes. Awesome. That's awesome, Bobby. I know Bobby just took my virtual assistant course. What do I think about AliExpress? I haven't really used AliExpress, to be honest. I've heard good things from other people. I just personally haven't had the chance to try it out myself. Okay. Wow. This is an amazing comment from CountryWolf29. It says, "Hey Paul, I just wanted to thank you for your course. Has changed my life. Nothing better than hearing money hitting bank. I've hit every goal. My new goal is to pass on what I've learned or send them to your course." Wow. Really, man, I really appreciate that. Really humbled by your response right there. So thank you. Really, thanks so much for that. Do you duplicate images to fill out 12 spots? I've been doing that recently, yeah, because AutoDS makes it very easy to do that. So what this is eBay allows you to have up to 12 images per listing, okay? But a lot of times your supplier might only have 3 or 4 images. So what do? Well, AutoDS has an option if you're using AutoDS to list your items where it will duplicate the main image so you have a total of 12 images. Why would you want to do that? Well, apparently eBay likes it better the more images that you have. So the thought is you duplicate it so you have all your listings have 12 pictures, and eBay only sees that there's 12 pictures. It doesn't know that they're all the same, and you get rewarded for that. That's the theory behind it. I figured it can't hurt, so I do it. Okay. How many listings do you have to have listed to hit the numbers you've shown? Approximately 500, 1,000, 1,500. How many new items do you list a day? So the truth is that you really don't need a lot of listings. You really just need a lot of good listings. I've always kept my stores small, under 3,000. I know 3,000 sounds like a lot, but really under 3,000. Is that right? Under 3,000. Have I ever gone over that? Yeah, I may have gone a little over that, but I've never had a store that has had over 5,000 listings. I don't even think I've hit 4,000. So always low in relatively low, but I've always just kept good items in there, and I've always delete items that aren't selling well and add new items. We strive to add 25 new products a day. Okay. Very interesting name, electricity companies near me. What's up, man? Okay. Are you in the tour bus for the Dropshipping Titans World Tour? Maybe, man. Maybe that's what I'm up to. Okay, another question from this week. Got all those done. Hey Paul, a customer opened a case against me in PayPal regarding an order in eBay. The buyer reported that someone made the order without their permission. I received the order and customer details from eBay. What should I do? So, what you should do is upload your tracking number. That's all you have to do. If you've purchased the item, if you shipped it to the customer, then upload a tracking number for it. If you have a valid tracking number, the case should be decided in your favor, even if they're claiming that someone made the order without their permission. This is one of the benefits to using PayPal, is that PayPal has protections built in, and this is one of them. I know a lot of people don't like PayPal. I know eBay is splitting up from PayPal, but I've always liked PayPal because they have always done what I think is the fair thing. I've only had one case that I've lost where I felt, one PayPal case that I've lost where I felt that it was unfair. One out of the tens of thousands of transactions over the years that I've had. And that one I'm actually still fighting, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. But they've always just, I felt, done the right thing. You have a tracking number showing it's delivered. That's PayPal protection right there. Okay, next question. Does Walmart cancel your order if you use a discounted gift card? So you can buy discounted gift cards that might give you like 5% off an order or something like that. Walmart shouldn't cancel those orders, but make sure that you're not using some like messed up gift cards, because that could cause it to get canceled. How many times a day or how often does AutoDS check for out of stock or price increases? This question is from Brian, one of my students. So Brian, AutoDS checks once every hour. So every hour it's checking. I don't know the exact time. I don't know if it's on the hour, but I know at least once an hour they are checking for it. So AutoDS is a software I use, and what AutoDS does is it allows me to quickly list items onto eBay from websites like Walmart, Home Depot, these different websites. Once it lists the item, it's now linked those. So the price changes on Walmart, the price will change on eBay for me automatically. So it's going to check the prices and the stock on Walmart at least once an hour. Okay. When do I leave feedback for the buyers? It's done automatically after they pay for it. Would I list Lego? I would not list Lego. Lego is a Vero item. I wouldn't list anything with Legos. It's one of the brands that says asking for a friend. It's one of the brands that they really don't like you using their images and their description without permission. I pay my listing virtual assistants $2.50 an hour to do that job. She's been around for a little while. Okay, so let's see another question from this week. Okay, Paul, your videos are outstanding. Thank you, Michael. So I did a hypothetical. Oh, okay. So I made a video about how to use cashback websites, which I explained about before. So Michael did a test purchase. Got all the way to the address where he has to enter in the address and went through a cashback website, but he didn't see his credit on homedepot.com. Where does he get this cash back? So like I explained before, you go to Be Frugal, you go to Giving Assistant, you click through, you get to Home Depot, you check out. What's going to happen is later, the cashback website is going to award you the cashback. You're not going to see it when you check out. So if it's 2% back and it's a $100 item on Home Depot isn't going to take $2 off your order. No, you're going to place your order, and then you're going to see in your cashback website, you're going to see yourself, you got credited $2. Now you don't get that $2 right away. They reward it later, because if you return the item to Home Depot, you don't get to keep the 2% back. So they have to wait. The cashback website has to wait for your for the return period to end. So with Home Depot, it's like 90 days. So they're going to wait about 90 days before they award you that $2 cash back. And it's all done through Giving Assistant or Be Frugal or whatever. What is up, Tyler? $2.99 super chat. Pair character punching the air with fist and bump written on his... Oh, you know what? I think maybe my live stream software isn't showing that you use some sort of emoji. And I'm assuming that it wrote out what the emoji was that you sent me. So Dropship Tyler just gave me a $2.99 super chat, and I think he gave me two emojis. One that has a pear punching the air with a fist and bump written on his knuckles. Oh yeah, I know that emoji. So I'm assuming that's what happened here. Really strange that they wrote it out like that. But thanks for that, Tyler. Really appreciate it. Do I set my item location to multiple locations? Yes, I do. All right, so Mike says, what do you do if a buyer says item not received, but FedEx says it was delivered? Just got a message like this now. Yeah, as long as you upload the tracking number, you're going to be fine. Just make sure that tracking number is uploaded to the order. It's a sticker, LOL. I wish I had my iPad so I could pull up the live chat over there and check it out. That's okay. All right, so another question. Can you use gift cards after you go through a cashback website? So you can. So if you go into a cashback website, click through, and end up on your supplier's website, you can then purchase whatever you're going to purchase on that website with a gift card. But technically, that in a lot of cases will void the cashback. I don't know why they do this, but they do. So if you go through Giving Assistant, let's say they're going to supposed to give you $2 back, but you pay with a gift card, technically you won't get that $2 back. I don't know why they do it that way, but they do. Does it work sometimes anyway? Yes, it does. Hey, does AutoDS work with any supplier? No, it doesn't work with just any supplier. There's a list that it works with. I'm not going to remember them all, but it's like Home Depot, Walmart, Costco, AliExpress, Banggood, Costway. I feel like I might be forgetting something. But yeah, it works with those ones. Is it difficult to become tax exempt in California? It's a little bit more expensive than other states. I don't think it's any more difficult than any other state. Let's see, questions. Okay. So this guy says, WTF, eBay and Amazon now charges sales tax regardless of the state where it's coming from. I used to choose Amazon third-party sellers or eBay, Amazon out-of-state sellers to avoid the California sales tax. That's the new reality that we live in. Last year, there was a Supreme Court case that said we have to, internet sellers now have to start charging sales tax. And a lot of states have said, okay, eBay and Amazon, you're responsible for collecting that sales tax, even if it's individual sellers. And that's the new reality. That was one of the advantages to buying stuff online, no sales tax, and that's not happening anymore. Just the way it is. Hey, Paul, my mate Bob. Oh, you have a lot of friends there, Mitchell. Says, I would like to know if you send offers to customers watching your items. I don't think it's worth my time. But I made a video about this before. I think if you're a new seller, you should do it. If you can afford to do it. Her scream. If you can afford to do it, I think you should. Because it can definitely help you get sales that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to get. So, yeah, you can do it. I don't because it's too much time for me. I don't know. I don't sell digital items through eBay, so I can't answer your question. Let's see. Oh, why is this one up here? Hello, sir. Thank you for all that information. But I have a question about dropshipping on eBay. Which address do I have to use on eBay? Address for my supplier or my correct address in the United States? Because in my account on eBay, when a buyer requests a return, eBay accepts the return and gives them my primary address to the buyer. Okay, so the address you should have on file should be your address. That does not necessarily have to be the return address. Now, students inside my course know the correct return address to put in, but you don't have to put in your real address for the return address. But you should put in something that's close to your real address in case a return does happen. I wouldn't recommend that you put in your supplier's return address because then the supplier is going to get a return and not know, they're not going to have any clue where it's coming from. They're only going to know if it's the right item being returned if you get a return label from your supplier and give that return label to your customer, and then they ship the item directly back to the supplier. That's the way returns should happen with dropshipping. So if you give just your supplier's address as a return address, you're not going to get that return label. The supplier is not going to know that you set up a return. They're going to get this item and have no clue where it came from. So it's not a good idea to do that. Do I still dropship from Banggood? I'm not doing it right now. I did it for a little while as an experiment. It worked fine, but I doubled down on Walmart and Home Depot because they've been the biggest cash cows for me. I never really used that term cash cow before, but I guess I just did. Can you use a prepaid card to start a dropshipping business? Yeah, sure. There are some that will actually give you cash back, like a green dot card. They're not great because you can't put a lot of money onto them each day, but that is an option. Oh, what's up, Dylan? My good friend Dylan, $50 super chat. Again, I'm so disappointed I can't see what these stickers are. It's telling me that you sent a pear character riding a firework rocket disappearing away before bursting into the sky, which is pretty funny. I wish I could see it right now. It's a pretty detailed description. I'm trying to imagine a pear character sitting on a firework that's shooting off into the sky, and it's disappearing away before bursting into the sky. It's so detailed. I can see it without even having to see it. But thanks, Dylan, so much for that. I'm sure you guys are going to be hearing about Dylan pretty soon. He's a friend of mine. Thumbs up for Dylan. Thanks for the info. No problem, man. All right, let's see what we got. Oops, let me get rid of this. I think I only have one question here. So why do I still get PayPal fund holds? I started selling in July and met my requirements to be removed from PayPal jail, and I was removed for a while. Then they started holding my funds again. I've called eBay and PayPal twice, and they've confirmed I met the requirements. They blame each other. We discussed the fact they started selling higher price items. But by the time I finished the call, it was agreed there would be no more holds and then start again. Everything's fine with my account. What's going on? So, Rich, I don't know exactly how long this has been happening for you, but this is common. This does happen. It happened to me. So when I first started selling, I started selling in January. So I started selling. I was in PayPal jail for, I think, less than 3 months. If I remember right, I was only in jail for like 2 months or less because I was getting sales. And then I was out of PayPal jail. And then come November, maybe even October, my sales started to really pick up. It was a September. So my sales really started to pick up in August. So in September, I went back into PayPal jail because of the quick increase in sales. Then I just waited it out and they released me from the new PayPal jail. And that was it. So it's a good thing. It means that you're making sales and you have the sales velocity. So ultimately it's a good thing. I know it's a pain though. Info is priceless. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You share abundance like that. I really appreciate it. Okay. So Mike says, do you answer a prospective buyer's question about an item? Sometimes it's too involved and I really don't have a clear answer. And even then, very few have converted into sales. Yeah, Mike, I agree. It's just not worth the time. So customers might message you and say, hey, that trash can you tell me if the lid rotates or does it flip? And you're like, I don't know. I used to tell people, and you could still do this, you can actually go into your supplier's website, try to find the answer either in the description, look at the Q&A for that item. A lot of times there's Q&A, especially on Amazon. If it's something like Home Depot or Walmart, you can open up a chat and ask the question. So you get the answer. You give it to the customer. Great. But they're not really your customer. I found a lot of times they don't even buy the product. You're right. I have the same experience as you, Mike. So we stopped doing that. When we get those questions, I know it sounds terrible, but on eBay, we just ignore them. If they send us another message, then we'll answer it. But usually we ignore them. It's not even worth the time. Because my guess is they send that same question to a bunch of sellers, and then they just buy from whatever seller either answers them first, or maybe the one that is the cheapest, or it doesn't necessarily have to be used. So not worth it. Does Walmart send the items in Walmart boxes? They do. So no blind drop shipping? No. but a lot of times they don't have any invoices inside, and I've had very, very, very few customers complain about what the box came in. It's funny how we can see the animations, but Paul can't. That is funny. Mitchell says, my mate Stixie. Wow, you have a lot of friends, Mitchell. Would like to know how you deal with competitors undercutting you. So Mitchell, what I would do is undercut your friend Stixie. No. So this does happen sometimes. Generally, if I can, and if we notice it, and we can, we would then undercut that seller. If that's not possible, or we don't want to go that low, then we just kind of compare the two accounts. A lot of times our account is stronger, healthier than the other account, so we'll still get sales in the items even though the other account is lower. If that other account has bad feedback, if they're lower in the search results for whatever reason, then it doesn't even matter if they undercut you. The other thing that we just always do is we just keep listing more items. It's going to happen. It's part of the business. We just keep listing more items. You could pull Dropship Tyler and just steal all their items and undercut them. That's another option. Okay. Yes, I started to ignore the questions again. Does AutoDS automatically place orders for Home Depot? Not really, but they just came out with a feature, I forget the name of it, where you basically can hire a team of virtual assistants through AutoDS who will do it for you. But I'm hesitant on this because I think it's still kind of in beta right now, so I don't even know if I'm supposed to be talking about it. So sorry if I said something I wasn't supposed to say. But that was the last I heard about it. Cool. So let me see other questions I got. Oh yeah, so that's all the questions from the week. I don't see any more in the live chat. If you guys are getting value out of this so far, the best thing you could do is leave me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. That lets me know that you guys enjoy these live streams, these live Q&As. I'll keep doing them for you guys if you guys give the video a thumbs up. Thanks for answering that, Paul. No problem. I'm gonna go grab my iPad. I want to see what these stickers look like. So bear with me. I gotta duck under here. All right. I gotta squeeze under something. All right. So meanwhile, I'll answer this question. Do you still manually handle anything on your account yourself? At this point, I enjoy processing orders, but I don't have a crazy amount yet. So you're asking, because I hire virtual assistants, do I do anything on my account? Yeah, I do. So I help out with some of the harder cases that need to be resolved, the harder customer service, although they're getting better and better at that. Sometimes during holidays, I'll list items because I want to make sure we get the holiday items into the stores as early enough so that we're good to go for the holidays. But yeah, for the most part, it's them. I'm just doing some little tweaking and also have control issues. So there's that too. Okay, I pulled up. Oh wow, these stickers that is a cool sticker. So guys, I don't know if you probably guys probably see it. See that sticker moving around? That was what Dylan sent me. It's a rocket flying about and then disappears. So actually that description was pretty accurate. So thank you for that, Dylan. That's pretty cool. I wonder if I could pull up Tyler's. Okay, so Tyler's is that one. Which is a little fist bump. A pair that does a fist bump. That says fist bump, fist bump. So thank you for that, Tyler. That one's pretty cool too. All right, you guys probably saw that already. Hey, look up. What? Awesome info, Paul. just want to say thanks for the info. My pleasure. What's the funniest customer service thing that's ever happened to me? I don't know. I used to have some good stories, but I haven't really done a lot of customer service recently. You just get crazy people. I always tell a story. It's not funny. It's a customer who they ordered something and then they claimed they got an empty box. And I said, well, UPS said it weighed 50 pounds. And they said, oh, that's because it was a wood crate. And meanwhile, it's something that doesn't ship in a wood crate. So it's just like, you hear crazy stuff like this. We won that one. All right. How do I handle multiple eBay accounts and keep it separate? I hire totally different teams for them, different virtual assistants, to manage each. But there is overlap in terms of placing orders, because there can be overlap there. But AutoDS makes it very easy now. So AutoDS, you can have multiple accounts in there, and it keeps track of each of them separately, but they're still under one AutoDS account. That makes it really, really easy. Cool. All right, guys. So I'm gonna end it here this week. I wanted to thank everyone who came, thank everyone who gave the thumbs up. Thank you to Dylan and Tyler for the awesome stickers. Now that I saw them, totally cool, guys. So I really appreciate that. And if you guys have any questions you want answered during my next live Q&A, remember, ask them in the comments section of any of my videos. I'll put them up on the screen, just like I did for Brian here, and I'll answer them during my next live Q&A, which I do every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But consider joining us live so that you can ask your question live here. So guys, thank you so much. See you next time.